One thing that I really like with church movements and campus is that gap between a student leaving college and transitioning into like the real world. So like church movements, we've partnered with them in summer missions to help students like see every day like this is how I can engage my neighbor outside of the campus space, which has been really helpful.
To know that when you leave college, your little bubble of friends and community and Bible study and all that stuff isn't necessarily going to be there. And so to know people who are in the church on a wider scale in your city is just really, really a helpful tool to set them up well for spiritual thriving as they move on from college, and then just for them to engage more in the city that they're spending their university years in is really, really sweet as well.
Just like whenever I graduated from college, how many students were not like focused on being a part of a church while they were in college. And so once they graduated, it was like, oh man, what do I do now? Like all my Christian community is gone. Like where do I connect? And so I just remember that being really difficult. And so I feel like there's such a need for this, like such a need to be able to do something like this. Danielle and Tyron, so they got involved in Crew their freshman year at University of Central Missouri. And as they got involved in Crew, they got to be challenged and to learn how to share their faith and different things like that. But then when they graduated, so I was discipling Danielle, and when they graduated, I challenged them to be a part of a church community, so New Life City Church, they now go there. But then also help them to figure out like jobs to be a part of and like which job that they can transition from Warrensburg to Kansas City. And they ended up deciding to work with Urban Scholastic Center, which is a ministry that we got to help out with, that I know really well, that they got to help out with while they were in college. And so just seeing them thrive has been so like encouraging, like not only in what they do as far as ministry, but also like where they go on Sunday for church service. And so that's been really cool because there's a missing piece in there. When college students graduate and then they go off into, cities and stuff like that, there's such a need. So we need, people that will incorporate this structure so that when students graduate, they have a place to go and they know how to use what God has done in their lives in college. And so that'll be so great.